Hey, it's Paris. I am back from the Game Awards. Great couple days in Los Angeles, being at the Game Awards, seeing a ton of people. But look, you are not here to hear about my experience at the Game Awards. You are here because I had a chance to sit down with the game director and the executive producer for The Witcher 4. So I want to thank CD Projekt Red because they reached out and I literally walked from the theater. We all walked from the theater, went to the hotel, and we sat down and conducted this interview to talk about The Witcher 4. So what you'll hear in here is just my raw thoughts from seeing the trailer one time, being able to, again, to talk to the game director, talk to the executive producer, just some of the things I observed in the trailer. And again, the game is still a few years away. So obviously a lot of narrative and story beats they're going to keep close to the vest, which is completely understandable. But, talked a little bit about them moving over to Unreal 5 and just some of the technical aspects of it. Ciri is now the protagonist, where that's going to go, how they're going to handle the lore of the game, because I know a lot of people are going to have questions about Ciri, like how the hell is she a Witcher? So that is clearly going to need to be explained, but I wouldn't expect them to talk about that until we get close to launch. So this was like the first initial reveal. I will fully admit when they reached out to me and wanted to meet with me after the Game Awards, I thought this was something else. I did not think it would be The Witcher 4, but very excited to get the opportunity, to talk to the team and to see the game. It looks fantastic in Unreal 5. I know this is a cinematic trailer, but this is obviously going to be a representation of, what they're trying to get at the final game. Again, we're a few years out. I love how even in the trailer, this is, an NVIDIA GPU that hasn't been announced yet. Wink, wink, 5000 series, I'm sure. But yeah, it looks great. I'm a huge Witcher fan, and just sitting down with them, and you'll see it here in the interview in just a second, they were just as excited as I am, to be able to finally publicly show off the game, start talking about it. And I'm sure they'll go dark for a little while here after this initial reveal. But next time we get to see The Witcher 4, hopefully I'll get another opportunity to talk with the team and see the game. But again, I want to thank CD Projekt Red. They were gracious hosts after the Game Awards to have me spend a few minutes speaking with them about The Witcher 4. So here is my interview with the game director and the executive producer for The Witcher 4. This is Paris. I'll talk to you again soon. So the Game Awards just ended. And if you were watching the beginning of the Game Awards, CD Projekt Red revealed that they revealed The Witcher 4. See, I can't even talk because the Game Awards just ended. But they just revealed The Witcher 4. And as you know, I'm super excited about that. So I have a couple people from CD Projekt Red to talk about it. So can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. Gosia, let's start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. So I'm Gosia Mitręga. I'm executive producer for The Witcher 4.
And I'm Sebastian Kalemba, and I'm game director for Witcher 4.
Thank you both for taking it. I mean, when I say the Game Awards just ended, it just ended. We walked out and came upstairs to shoot this. So the energy, the buzz, all that's still going right now. I have to admit, I thought this was going to be something else.
Oh, and we are so happy that,
Yeah.
didn't leak.
Good way, right?
In a good way. And when I saw Ciri, I was like, yes, this is The Witcher 4. I don't even know where to begin with this. So let's start this way. So you obviously just did the reveal.
Yes.
I don't know how much you want to give up now, because obviously this is a first look. So let's start here. It's on Unreal 5. It looks fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And The Witcher 3 was already amazing, looking amazing. But seeing this now in Unreal 5, to kind of talk about that, your development so far with the game.
Absolutely. We are super satisfied with Unreal Engine 5. We are having of course, the custom build, but we have great partnership with Epic guys. There's tons of engineers working together. There's perfect synergy between us. And yeah, we're making, this engine being prepared for open worlds the way we deliver open worlds, right? So I think this whole collab that we signed for years is going really, really well, right?
Yeah, we are really happy. So, we need to be prepared for the scale and for our storytelling as well, both of those stuff. So to having the open world reach. And it's really the cooperation is amazingly progressing. We learn from each other, and this is amazing. And also, we have a lot of engineers on the Epic side, but also our engineers and our content developers, they're all working together. Yeah, so I think it's amazing. Yeah.
So sticking on just the tech for just a second, one thing that stood out to me immediately was, because I've played hundreds of hours of The Witcher 3, is in The Witcher 3, a lot of the NPC character models, there was a lot of reuse of that. Everybody was looking different, and there's a lot of diversity from the NPC character model. So kind of talk about that for a second.
Yeah, that's the thing. We want to simply, we have this rule to make every single NPC looking like a living, with their own story behind. Actually, the village is called Strongford that you've been able to experience. It's a small village, but generally every single NPC know each other, and we're definitely pushing the quality of NPC, the way they look, the way they kind of behave, their facial performance as much as possible, because we want to make even more immersive experience than we used to, right? So we are trying to push the bar here even more.
Yeah, and also for them to fit to the world they are in, right? So it's all consistent altogether picture you see there, right? So I like how you say they all know each other, like NPCs.
Yeah. This is exactly how villages actually are working, right? Look, every single character has its own role, and that's the Strongford village, right?
Especially that they're really isolated.
It's super isolated, followed by superstitions and beliefs that are false. As you had this experience, right? That they believe that in this forest there is a god. That's why they were like following and sending this praise to the forest, and actually Ciri proved them wrong. But not that. They will have to wait a couple of years probably to understand that the Grey Ashes girl saved them, because the fog is gone.
Right, exactly. So I want to stick on that for a second, and I definitely want to talk about Ciri. So just you're continuing along the lines as far as the storytelling goes, where even now Ciri as a protagonist thinking you're doing the right thing, but all your actions have consequences, and they're not always the ones that you expect.
Yeah, exactly.
What you just say is really interesting, because it's really connected to her, because the consequences that are not that obvious choices, it is a part of our games overall, if you go back with the titles and for the both APIs actually. But with her, we've got new opportunity. She's much younger, she's much more passionate, right? And this gives us a space as a creators, and then later you as a player to experience. You never know what will come up from it, what she will do with it, you will do with her, but also what the consequences will be, like you just said. Was it a good choice, and what is it doesn't even meet the good one, right?
Right.
So if you don't have a context, so I think it's really cool.
Exactly, and there's also a deeper meaning, because Ciri is younger, the girl, right? And she needs to also prove herself. In this case, she understands that she cannot control everything. You know what I mean? And that's why Bauk, the monster, probably will be talking about him in a second. He actually plays with her own fears. And obviously, as you mentioned, the way we make games, we always put the player agency and the choice and consequences in the center. So obviously, you will be able to have an impact on that story at some point. But in this case, we decided actually to go south and actually to showcase that this world is grim, but there's always this light of hope in the end.
So sticking with Ciri, and then I definitely want to get to the monster here. So, and I know you want to give any specific story details, so I understand if you can't talk about this directly, but I'm assuming some time has passed since The Witcher 3 with Ciri, because Ciri definitely seems more seasoned now. She seems like a true Witcher from what we saw in this. So anything you can elaborate on that?
Yes, definitely. Like, okay, I started and then pass the mic. Yeah, there's definitely a few years later. And she's on the track. You've for sure spotted that she's already mutated. And that one of our key elements of this game is that you will experience becoming the Witcher for the very first time, and you will be the very first time the Witcher by choice. Because this is what Ciri loved. This is what Ciri enjoys the most. Like spending times in Kaer Morhen when she was like a youngster, right? And but yeah, she's definitely older. and more experienced, but still kind of proving herself, like, dealing with monsters, because what she's doing for a living, she's a professional that hunts monsters in this world, right?
No, I just want to end up that you mentioned her being older, but she also is gear up fully, right? So you can see both swords. So you can already see the medallion. She's got armor, right?
Yes.
So I guess it also shows that it's a bit farther in her experience as a Witcher. But it doesn't mean that that's end of where she goes, right? So being a Witcher, it's much more than that, and she will define it anew with her, like as a player, later on.
Before we get to the monster, because now you just made me think of something else. So we heard Geralt in the trailer. Yeah. So I'm actually, you have no idea how excited I am that Ciri is going to be the main character in this, but Geralt is still going to be a part of the story, we could naturally assume.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. I mean, Geralt is a part of the world, right? And also, he was always a part of the world for Ciri, right? He's kind of father to her. So for sure, we want to pay, respect to that. And yes, you can expect Geralt in the game, but this is all we can say right now.
Yeah, no, of course. So let me pivot off that, because I know we're starting to run out of time here. So again, we're still on the continent, I would assume. So we're going to revisit some familiar places that we've already seen, throughout The Witcher. But we obviously saw this monster. Are we going to get some new monsters that we potentially have never seen before?
Oh yeah, but talking about regions, actually, you'll experience completely new regions.
Oh,
so
okay.
You are there on the continent, but you're experiencing something completely new, which is amazing, and I cannot wait to actually show it to you. But I cannot tell more right now. But yeah, definitely there's going to be plenty of new monsters, and the one actually that you've just seen is Bauk, as I've mentioned. It's actually a very cool monster. It's inspired by the Serbian folk, and he's a tricky bastard. He plays with your own fears, which I love a lot about that particular fight, because when you look at The Witcher, the way we dealt with the word monster, we dealt with it in completely different perspectives. Since starting from Witcher 1, you dealt with a regular monster, then you had humans that behave monstrous, right? And then here you have inner demons that you have to fight first to be able to finally spot him and be able to encounter and to kill it. So that's another perspective of what potentially monster can be. And this is really cool. So it's a very complex monster, very powerful, and yeah, you will be able to experience him big time.
Oh, I can imagine. And again, I have 10,000 questions. So, and I know we don't have enough time, but another thing that we saw in that trailer was, again, when Ciri was using her magic, I noticed when she used the flame, she lit up the chain and all that. So we're going to see some kind of diverse magical powers from her versus what we saw with Geralt, I would assume.
Yeah, and actually, fun fact is that, and probably you realized that she's using the chain.
Yes.
And which Geralt was using the chain in the very first trailer with Striga, so long, like 20 years ago, right? Almost. And so yeah, it's one of her utility tools. And she's chanting her this chain. And what is cool, and you also spotted that, is that it's not a regular sign. This is a powerful spell.
Yeah.
And she's using the energy in the world and catalyzing it into the powerful spell to be able to build this opportunity window and defeat the monster. So yeah, it's definitely powerful character, right?
Actually, another amazing thing about her as a character, because she as a source give us again a place to play a bit more, and introduce a new stuff that our previous player did not experience with Geralt. And for the new players, it will be just, I hope, exciting and fun. Right?
But at the same time, there are many things in common. Like for example, even if you look at her gear, as Gosia mentioned, when you look at the armor has this wolf armor elements. So there's no coincidence there at all. Right?
Because I've only watched the trailer the one time we saw it there, so I know I'm gonna watch it 10,000 more times and see a bunch of other things. I do want to touch on official lore. I'm gonna pin that, but I want to stick on Ciri and kind of her differences from Geralt really quick, as far as obviously she's going to, we saw her using potions, things like that, but are we going to see her using different things than what Geralt would have traditionally done?
Oh yeah, absolutely. She will have a broader, let's say, assortment, like artillery, because she is also a source.
Yes.
And as I've mentioned already, also she's going to become a Witcher. So you'll, experience the journey of her become the Witcher, to be able to use her swords, to be able to use more powers. So yeah, there's many things in common, but there is no two Witchers that are like the same alike. And I think it's a great opportunity to expand the perspective of the Witcher.
Also, by creating the character, right, and the trailer actually, and all the games, we are really very careful. We are having a lore team, so we are true to through the lore always. Yeah, we are looking to the the backbone of Sapkowski books, right? So we are really following that always and having it in mind. Of course, creating our own origin stories, but always based on that. So we are true to that.
Yeah,
source, right?
that's a very good thing. Like, we pay so much respect to the canon and to all the games that we've created so far, and we are very picky when it comes to any choice here. So definitely there is an explanation for every single piece that you've seen.
Well, you answered my last question without me asking it, so I appreciate that. I know we're out of time now, so I will just say that the fact that we're sitting down literally right after the Game Awards talking about this, and I've only seen the trailer the one time, that was already enough. I cannot wait until this game comes out. I'm a huge Witcher fan, and to see Ciri take the lead, the spotlight, what you're going to be able to do from a technical standpoint with Unreal 5, I'm so excited to see what this world's going to be.
We are so excited. We are very happy that you're glad. And yeah, we've been cooking this for many months, and we are really excited. The whole team been watching this in Warsaw, so like, in the middle of the night, and everyone is super happy and super proud that we finally could reveal Ciri to the world.
Especially that we just enter production as well, so
Right.
it's ready, and we are just having full speed to deliver, right?
Yeah, we are very excited.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you for taking some time to talk to me. I'm sure everyone that's watching this, they're going to be just as excited as I am. Cannot wait for The Witcher 4 to come out. So thank you.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much, Faris. Thank you so much.
Thank you.